Hey everyone, it's Rob with Passport to the Parks, and today is Thursday, May the 24th, and I'm here at Disney's Caribbean Beach to check out the Skyliner station here at Disney's Riviera Resort that's currently being built behind us. I'll show you real quick. It's actually looking really nice. But I came to the Riviera today to try to get a look at how this station is actually going to work. It's a little confusing here, and I'm not totally sure how you will load and unload at this station, but we're going to go up and we're going to take a closer look and we're going to try to figure this out today. So come along with me and we'll definitely have a good time. Before we head up to take a look at the Skyliner station itself, I want to share with you the Riviera Hotel that is coming along nicely. They have a lot of the scaffolding off of the one side here and also in the center. It looks really cool. So this is what it's looked like for quite a while now, all this scaffolding around the building. But now we can really get a good view of what it looks like. The balconies for these apartment style Disney Vacation Club rooms are going to be in here. It looks like the restaurant up in the top looks really great. Going to be some nice views up there. They're actually finishing up this walkway area, and it's supposed to have a really nice pool that's going to be out front. You can see they're actually building the water slide right now. So coming along very nicely. This is supposed to open up in by the end of the year, I think December. I love all the rock work around the water too. So the outside of it's definitely looking pretty. The inside, I bet you, is going to be just as nice. And I think it's actually fitting in pretty nicely here at the Caribbean Beach. Let me pan around a little bit so you can see it sort of blends right into Martinique there and then over to Old Port Royal. But we are here to check out the Skyliner station, which is right there. So let's get to that. So the Riviera station is going to be different than any of the other stations because this is basically a travel through station. This has kind of the most questions about how the loading and unloading procedures are going to work here. And as I stand here and I watch, this is just kind of my speculation on how this will probably work. I would compare this something similar to riding the resort monorail. So say I'm on this gondola coming into the station right now. I'm coming from Epcot. So I'm hearing the announcements right now that says you're slowly approaching the Riviera Hotel and whatever else they might say. So I know that I'm coming towards the Riviera. So if I need to get off at this station, this first area right here is where I would exit. So there's cast members there. Right now there's just some of the crews working there, but say a cast member would be there to assist you as well and say, this is the Riviera, do you want to exit? So I would get off the gondola right there, and then I would exit down on this ramp right here. Now if I wanted to stay on board and travel over to the Caribbean Beach, I would just make the slow turn around the inside and I would head out of the other side. But say if I did exit and that gondola would have either room or be completely empty, it would travel around on the inside there and would come over on this opposite end, and you can see where the walkway, there's a second walkway to where you could enter if I wanted to go to the Caribbean Beach and then ultimately over to Hollywood Studios. So I would walk up on the right hand side here, and this is where I would enter onto the gondola to get over to the Caribbean Beach station and then head over to Hollywood Studios if I wanted to. So as the gondola turns around, if it's coming in from Epcot, 3 or 4 people may get off and you might have 1 or 2 people still left on, and it'll make the turn, and then you would enter, get some new guests on board as it comes around, or it could be completely empty, or it could be completely full and you'd have to wait for the next gondola. That's how I would assume that this would have to work on this side, just for the sheer fact is there's no real secondary loading zones or anything like that. You can see that these gondolas actually will stop on the inside. There's about 10, maybe 12 gondolas circling around on the inner track here, and they can actually be stopped. So this station runs a lot slower than the other ones. So you can unload the scooters, you can load the scooters here. There's not a secondary loading track. So you also have on the back side, that would be the side going to Epcot. So it's going to work totally in the reverse. So say I'm coming in from the Caribbean Beach station. So I'm coming down, we'll wait for a gondola to come in here. So say I'm this person coming from the Caribbean Beach. I just left Hollywood Studios, transferred to Caribbean Beach, and now I'm coming in here and I want to stop at the Riviera. Again, I'm listening to the announcements that say I'm at the Riviera. Cast member will meet me there, the doors will open, and I can exit to get out to go to the Riviera. Or if I'm going to Epcot, I just say, no, I'm going to stay on board, and I travel around, And again, same scenario, I'm going to come out on the opposite side here as this gondola leaves the station, and that's going to travel to Epcot. Same scenario. So people may exit on this side, it'll travel around, and you may have a completely empty gondola. You might have 2 or 3 people left in the gondola, and you would enter from the Riviera Resort to travel over to Epcot as well. So it's definitely going to be a process. You're going to have to listen. You're going to have to listen to the cast members. Cast members are going to be doing a lot of assisting here to help people on and off, especially with the scooters. But that seems to be the way the process is going to work here. There's 4 loading and unloading zones. You have the 2 on this side, and then you have the 2 on the opposite side as well. Hey, there's the Monsters Inc. gondola coming back around. That's pretty cool. So it does not look like you can travel or cross over in the center. So, if I decided that I got off of the Riviera and I wanted to go back to Epcot, I would have to walk around these little walkways here, which are looking really, really nice. And you would travel to the other side, and you should be able to get on to go to Epcot. Again, just a speculation, but just by watching it, that's pretty much how I think it's going to work. So we see that they're actually testing the gondolas in both directions. They're heading clockwise and counterclockwise today. So I believe that it's probably going to run clockwise. This has been running opposite of the other lines so far, the Hollywood Studios line and the Pop Century line. So normally I've seen it running clockwise. They're running it counterclockwise right now, but they keep running it back and forth for different scenarios. So we'll get a good look at the Snow White gondola coming out here. So this is pretty neat. Absolutely gorgeous coming up the haul rope. This is going to be a really fun ride going up here too. This is one of the tallest sections coming through the Caribbean beach here. But a lot of fun to sit here and watch this station at work. This is definitely the most complicated station as far as loading and unloading. It'll be interesting to see once we actually ride it and go through it to see, if that scenario is exactly what's happening. If you're getting the announcement and you can unload and you can, wrap around and head to the opposite direction, or stay on board or unload on one side and get on the other side. It'll be really interesting to see, but it's kind of neat. We can definitely see them circling around through the center there. So as it comes in, it circles. It's really dark in there, so it's hard to see, but you'll see it wraps around, then it comes out on the opposite end here. All right, so I hope you enjoyed our look here at the Riviera station for the Disney Skyliner. Very, very cool. It's a gorgeous station. I mean, you can see it in the background. It's definitely one of the prettiest stations. Very complicated though, unlike any of the other stations. Hopefully my theory is correct. I may be completely wrong. Again, I'm just standing here watching, trying to speculate how this is going to work. If you guys agree with me, great. If you have ideas of your own, I would love to hear those as well. That's what I love most about doing these videos, is when you guys jump in and you give me kind of your own scenarios as well. So if you have a different theory on how this works down here, I'd love to hear it, and maybe we'll share it in future videos and we'll talk about it and we'll have some great discussions. Definitely visit passporttotheparks.com. See all kinds of great information there, pictures, articles, videos. And if you haven't subscribed here on YouTube, I would definitely appreciate if you would do so and drop some likes and some comments. Until then, we will talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye-bye.